Hello, and thank you for joining today's video. My name is Sheila Arrett, and I'm an infant and early childhood mental health consultant at Children's Resource Center. Today we'll be talking about strategies for increasing children's participation in cleanup time without the fight. The first strategy I wanted to talk about was giving a warning before cleanup is supposed to begin. You can imagine if you're in the midst of a project or an activity you're really enjoying, and someone comes along and says, "Stop, it's time to move on to the next thing," whatever that might be. It can be frustrating and maybe even feel disrespected by the abrupt ending. Same can be true for kids. They're enjoying what they're into, they get engrossed in it. And so when adults come along and say stop, it feels like abrupt ending. And children don't have a sense of time like we do. So to say even something like 5 more minutes doesn't give them something really tangible to know how much longer they really have. So to make it more tangible, you can use a couple different things. Playing a song, something that you've talked about, and let them know that when this plays, we need to put what we're doing away and move on to the next activity. You can make it so that when the song ends, they're supposed to be done cleaning up and moved on to the next thing. The other thing that you could use is a visual timer to help the children get a sense that it's getting closer to the time that they're done with this activity. And there are several different ones here. The one in the middle is like a stoplight. Green means go, you got plenty of time. Yellow is getting closer to the end, is kind of their visual warning. And then red means stop. The one up top also, you can set the time and it'll tick down. And so it gives them a visual to see time passing and that it's getting closer. And then the ones at the bottom you can get in different time increments, and the children can see time passing and then get a visual on how much time is left. Next thing is also to use visuals to help with cleanup, to know what is expected of them. Cleaning up can be overwhelming for kids if you're thinking in a classroom setting. You got a lot of kids doing a lot of different things at once. And even at home, they might have a lot of different things. If you say clean your room, what does that mean exactly? So the list on the left gives an idea of what you could expect for a clean room. This would be used for an older child because there are 9 things on the list that might be too much for a younger child, say toddler or preschooler. The younger the child is, the less I would put on that list. But what I also like about this is that it has pictures. So obviously young children, most of them cannot read. So having a picture to help them know what they need to do. The second picture here, it, the toys are in clear bins with picture labels on them. And then there's also a label on the shelving unit so that the children know, okay, the cars go in this bin and then that bin goes on the shelf. It's very clear what is expected, that this goes here and then the whole bin goes there. Lastly, make cleanup fun. Children are ending a fun activity, so keep the fun going through cleanup. Kids love to play games, and so here's an idea of a game that you can play with kids. It's called Beat the Timer. So again, using that timer, but this time you can make it fun and exciting for the kids by making it a competition to see if they can get all the things that they needed to put away done by the time the timer runs out. You can determine how long the timer needs to be based on how much needs to be completed in the time and the age of the child, the number of kids. But this is one way to make it a little bit more fun for the kids so that they will want to be part of the cleanup rather than fighting you that cleanup is taking place. Here are some resources that I utilize for this presentation. Thank you for joining, and I hope you found it helpful.